After heavy rains overnight, bright sunshine for the kickoff here at RFK. The field is dry. It has been covered. It bounces into the end zone, and Thickahammer will not bring it out. So the Eagles will start from their 20-yard line. Bubby Brister, the quarterback for the injured Randall Cunningham, came in relief of Ken O'Brien last week in the losing cause, and he has been out himself with ankle and neck injuries, but gets the start today. And the line in front of him, Brian Baldinger, Ron Hallstrom, David Alexander, the rookie #1, Lester Holmes, and Antone Davis. Like the Redskins, they've had problems with injuries up there. Walker and Hebron, the running backs. Rookie Victor Bailey for the injured Fred Barnett, with Williams and the tight end Mark Bavaro. Walker on first down. Got a couple. That's by the middle of that Washington defense. Andre Collins coming in to help out from the right side. Sterling Palmer, the rookie, on the right defensive end with Charles Mann the other side. Johnson and Jeff Faulkner, he's a new acquisition. They plugged him right in at left tackle. Collins, Gouveia playing on 2 injured ankles, and Carl Banks are the linebackers. Darrell Green and rookie Tom Carter are the cornerbacks, and Edwards and Copeland are the safeties. They gave him a 4-yard pickup, make it 2nd and 6, and Von Hebron, the rookie from Virginia Tech, has a first down for the Eagles.
Tim, I'm sorry, but just like we talked about at the beginning of the game, we're going to see a lot of the running game. The coaching staff for the Philadelphia Eagles in their mix today is going to say, look, we are going to run the football, and we're going to try to take as much pressure off our quarterback as possible, let them get settled into the game plan, and then when we have to have them, we'll have them.
And as you pointed out in the pregame show on the NFL Today, Richie Kotite calling the plays today, replacing his coordinator, Zeke Gronkowski, in that role. Hebron again, not much running room there. Stacked up after maybe a yard. Banks is there, and Collins, the 2 outside linebackers combining, and Gouveia getting in on it. All 3 linebackers in on the tackle. It'll be 2nd down and close to 9.
Well, Tim, this Washington defense has had a lot of injury problems, but more importantly, they never really got on track after losing a couple people last year. Wilbur Marshall, Freddie Stokes, Jumpy Gathers were guys that they really didn't have a chance to replace, and that showed up on the field.
Man, they're without Sheen Collins and Jason Buck, Eric Williams with injuries today. Bobby Wilson. Brister's first pass is complete to Walker, close to a first down. He may have it with a good spot. Collins and Edwards on the coverage made the tackle.
That's a perfect example of what Richie Kotite wanted to do today. He wanted to go out, get the run game going, get it established, and then have a chance for Bubby Brister to settle down. You know, he doesn't expect him to win the game all by himself. He just doesn't want him to lose the game.
Randall Cunningham went out in game 4 with the knee injury, gone for the year. Brister started the next 2 games and then suffered an ankle injury. That brought Ken O'Brien into the mix at quarterback, who started the next 4 games until last week when Brister came in to replace O'Brien. And Bubby the starter today as they measure, and it looks like they're going to be just short.
Well, Tim, last night when we spoke with Richie Kotite and I asked him, what's the main thing you have to do to win this game? He didn't hesitate. He didn't think. I mean, it jumped right off his lips. We can't turn the ball over. Our quarterback can't throw any kind of interception, because if we do that, we're going to be in trouble.
Richie Pettibone, the defensive genius here for many years, now the head coach, and suddenly walks into a situation with aging veterans, players gone to free agency, crippling injuries to key players, and it has been a struggle in a town that's used to winning. 3rd down and about a football. Maurice Johnson in as a second tight end. James Joseph on the wing, and Pete Sherman, the running back. Brister keeps and has the first down. Philadelphia close to the 45 of the Eagles.
Tim, you know what I think is ironic today? You have Richie Kotite on one sideline calling all the offensive plays, and on the other sideline you have Richie Pettibone, it's a game of Richie's, calling all the defensive plays. Richie Pettibone there, you see, he was the defensive coordinator, then they elevated him to head coach, but he still runs that defense.
Now they like each other. There's a lot of mutual respect out here, and we heard the sympathy vote from Richie Kotite about what's going on here in Washington, and obviously I'm sure he'd get the same feeling from Richie Pettibone. They both have just been battered by injury. First down, Eagles at the 45. I formation now. And they nearly ran out of time, so they have to eat up a timeout. And that was a big problem last week for the Eagles. We'll be right back.
When you choose a family car, you put all your eggs in one basket.
Last week against the Giants, the Eagles had all kinds of problems getting the signals in correctly and on time. Brister evidently had some problems taking in the signals. And here we have an early example, Matt, where they nearly ran out of time on the clock, and he's forced to take a timeout early in the game.
Yeah, so what Richie Kotite decided to do was skip one step. Instead of going from him and Zeke Brodkowski, the offensive coordinator, he just decided to call the plays himself with input from Zeke. You see him right there on the left side of your screen.
First down, Eagles at the 45. Complete to the tight end, Mark Bavaro, for a gain of 6. Knocked out of bounds by Copeland, the safety, number 26.
But Tim, Mark Bavaro, in my opinion, especially when I'm watching him on tape, is playing as good as I've seen him than when he was with the Giants. He's a guy who, he's always been a good blocker. He still is blocking very well. As a matter of fact, in his blocking game, I would like to see him get with the 90s and start holding a little bit, because he's still blocking the old way like Casper and the boys.
At age 30 and written off with injuries a couple of years ago, he's playing awfully well. Herschel Walker plows for about 3, maybe 4. And they'll be close to another first down, about a yard to go at the 46-yard line of the Washington Redskins. Brad Edwards making the tackle there.
Well, Tim, when the Eagles told us that they were going to come out and run the football, they weren't kidding. I mean, they've just come out and pound, pound, pound. You know, here goes Hebron, here goes Walker. And we can expect to see this all game long, because the strength of their offense right now is running the football.
James Joseph has come in. They put him on the left wing. That means Heath Sherman is the running back. 3rd and a yard. Sherman hit hard, but breaks loose and has the first down. Gouveia got a lick on him, but he bounced off and got the yardage. The Eagles keep it going.
Well, Tim, that's all set up off the right side with Mark Bavaro, number 84. You're going to see him right here on Andre Collins, 55. Now, Collins is a guy who has problems at the point of attack. And you can see right here as Bavaro gets into him. See, he doesn't grab outside. He stays inside and just keeps on pushing. The majority of the tight ends in this league now just hang on and try to shield you. Bavaro was one of the last who tries to actually block you.
Eilers comes into the secondary for the Redskins. First down, the 9th play of this Eagles drive. Pressure on Brister. Finds Walker. Another Eagles first down.
Tim, that was all Bubby Brister. Protection broke down, and that's why Kotite likes it, because he has some movement with his feet. It's the same thing both head coaches are doing with their quarterbacks. Brister can get out of problems with pressure just with his feet. You're going to watch at the end. Here comes the pressure. They bring safety Copeland on the blitz. Now he just rolls outside, buys himself some time with his feet. He's able to find Walker and make the big play.
10th play of this drive, and they're now at the Redskin 27-yard line. Walker had room on the corner, took advantage, and picks up about 6, maybe 7. Forced out by Darrell Green on the near sideline. Herschel Walker, 474 yards coming into the game, the leading rusher. He has been dividing the rushing time with the rookie Hebron and Heath Sherman.
You know, it's hard to believe that when you talk about Herschel Walker, you don't really list this as one of his assets, as his pure speed, because if you look at him, it looks like he's kind of running in the mud, takes those tiny little steps, but he needs to get in the open so he can scoot.
2nd and a long 2. They stay with a double tight end formation. Maurice Johnson joining Bavaro. Brister to Williams, and he maybe stopped short of the first down. Good hit on him by Alvoid Mays, number 20, and number 25, Tom Carter, the initial hit.
Yeah, Carter does a very good job of closing on the ball. You're going to watch them play. They got their zone behind. Now they're going to come back. Safety's over the top. Now, break out, inside, outside. Here comes Carter up. very good close on the ball and a nice tackle by the rookie out of Notre Dame.
Carter, 5'11", 181-pounder, and they are very excited about his potential. In fact, Richie Pettibone says that he doesn't have a whole lot to work on. They'd like him to be a little stronger in man coverage, but he can run, he can jump, and he goes for the ball. He's already got 5 interceptions. Sherman blasting straight ahead has the first down, and the Eagles now at the 10-yard line of the Redskins.
Yeah, and Tim, what the Eagles are doing is they're winning right up front. You know, watch, he's going to come right up the middle. You watch, Heath Sherman does a good job of staying nice and low, and they just run where nobody is. But the Eagles right now are doing a very good job of winning the battle. Offensive line is overtaking the defensive line of the Washington Redskins.
The Redskin line, including Jeff Faulkner, a third-year man out of Southern, picked up as a free agent last week from New Orleans, plugged in for the injured Bobby Wilson. Brister escapes again, and he finds Hebron, and the rookie's still going to the 5-yard line.
Well, Tim, you can see why the Eagles are so excited about Von Hebron. Darrell Green comes up to make the tackle. He should have gone down. Poor job by Green of holding on. Hebron just keeps on keeping his feet moving. Watch him get off the ground. Has the presence. Now watch this. Watch him keep his legs moving. Never stop, never quits. Copeland misses the tackle. Charles Mann just thinks, he thinks he's taking a walk in the park, and what ends up happening is Hebron just keeps on driving him down the field. You see Calvin Williams there in the middle of your screen. Copeland knocked him down. That's who Brister was looking for.
Second down from the 4-yard line. Sherman. Not much. Maybe back to the original line of scrimmage. Darrell Green with the initial hit.
Tim,
help from Charles Mann.
Richie Pettibone told us that this year may be the worst example of tackling he's had on his team. He said he can't remember where his team has tackled so poorly, and he attributes some of that to a lot of people going in and out of the lineup. But most important, he just hasn't had the continuity, and he's not able to practice it.
Well, it turns into a loss of about a half-yard on that play, so they have 3rd and goal just inside the 5-yard line. 15th play of this opening series, and Brister takes a timeout. So we're scoreless with the Eagles on the doorstep. Tim Ryan with Matt Millen at RFK Stadium. 3rd and goal inside the 5. The Eagles opening series, 15th play of this drive. And they have gone to 4 wides now with Michael Young, 83, James Lofton, number 80, joining Bailey and Williams. Herschel Walker, the lone setback in the shotgun with Brister. Low snap. Smart play by Brister to offload that, preventing the sack.
Nice call by Richie Pettibone. The Eagles come out with their 4 wides and spread everything. That means less people to block inside. Then he goes with a blitz right up the middle, puts the pressure. You're going to see it come right up the middle. Watch it. Here it comes. They bring the backers. Collins gets there. Lamont Hollingquist, 96, gets there. Forces Brister to throw the ball away.
So the Redskins forced the field goal try. Matt Barr, 6 of 8 this season. A 22-yard attempt. Eagles holding. And it is good. So the Philadelphia Eagles, with an impressive opening drive, have opened the scoring here at RFK, and they lead 3-0. RFK Stadium, Washington, D.C. Sunshine covering half the field, as you can see from this shot. 5:46 to go in the first quarter. The Eagles took the opening kickoff, went 76 yards, 16 plays, and most importantly for them, 9:14 off the clock. Barr's 22-yard field goal, giving the Eagles a 3-0 lead. Brian Mitchell and Desmond Howard at the deep end as Barr kicks it out. Mitchell. Near the 20-yard line, and Rich Gannon will lead on the Redskin offense. Getting into the ball game last week against the Los Angeles Rams. Mo Eloanibi, Ray Brown, Jeff Bostic, Raleigh McKenzie, Ed Simmons. The front line as they get Simmons back from an injury. Brooks, the running back, with Frank Wycheck, another rookie. Ricky Sanders, Desmond Howard, the wide receivers, and the tight end, Ron Middleton. Desmond Howard, who has replaced Art Monk and has taken the spot normally occupied by Ricky Sanders. Middleton, the tight end, on first down, gets another, close to the 35. Britt Hager and Andre Waters made the tackle. Defensively for the Eagles, Simmons and Mike Flores on the ends. Flores in Tim Harris's spot. William Perry, the recent acquisition from Chicago, a starting tackle. Thomas, Hager for the injured Byron Evans. Seth Joyner playing on sore ankles. Eric Allen, the All-Pro. Mark McMillan on the other side for Ben Smith. And Waters and Miano are the safeties. And there is William Perry. Still hard to get used to him in a green uniform. Reggie Brooks, nowhere to go on the right side. There'll be no gain.
Well, we can expect to see a lot of Reggie Brooks, and we can also expect to see a lot of another guy running, and that's going to be Rich Gannon. Now, on the first play, the Redskins come out and they play to Gannon's strength. And what that is to get him on some rolls, use his feet to buy himself some time. Tim, when I look at this game today, and I look at both quarterbacks, Brister and Gannon, I can almost see the same guy with different numbers, and they're going to approach it, both teams, the same way.
No gain on that play, so it's 2nd and 10. Brian Mitchell has come in. Wycheck has come out for Washington. The flare out for Mitchell, and Mitchell diving ahead trying to get to the marker, but they'll mark him out of bounds at the 41-yard line, a gain of 6. Gannon picking up the signals from the Redskins sideline.
Tim, they picked him up from Minnesota, and he came in and he hurt his foot. And then he was out for a few weeks, so he really has not had a chance until last week and this week to start to feel out this offense. And the more he plays today, hopefully he'll get more and more comfortable, and the Redskins will be able to work to his strength. 25 of 40 against the Rams last week with 1 interception, and it was a key one near the end of the game. 3rd and 4. Has time and has it man McGee for a first down. Redskins. Flag on the play. Upfield. Deep in the secondary of the Eagles. Tim McGee, number 85. Unrestricted free agent, came over from Cincinnati. And the call is against Philadelphia.
Holding defense, number 21. Penalties declined. First down.
Eric Allen gets the holding call from referee Gary Lane. First infraction of the game. 3-0 Eagles lead. First down, Washington. They're at their own 46-yard line. Brooks the lone setback. Three wide receivers in. Sanders, McGee, and Howard. Gannon sideliner off target. May have been a miscue there intended for Howard, but a miscue of some kind. For an NFL update, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Tim, we'll take you to Minnesota, where Fred McAfee, starting for the injured Derek Brown, goes untouched 3 yards into the end zone. 7-0 Saints. First quarter, they lead the Vikings. Back to RFK. Tim and Matt.
Tim, I think that game up there in Minnesota is a defining game for both teams. Whoever wins that has a chance to go on and really set themselves up for the postseason.
Saints love to bounce back from that debacle Monday night. 2nd down. That is Brooks again. Not much running room. No gain on the play. May have lost a half a yard.
Well, Tim,
Baker and Thomas made the tackle.
Yeah, sorry, Tim. It's no surprise that when you want to start to set up your running game, you're going to go with the old counter OT. Everybody blocks down. You fake this side, then you bring this back, comes all the way back here, and you'll be leading through with McKenzie 63 and Ed Simmons 76. Now, what they didn't do, and the way to beat this, is to attack it. Whenever you play that counter OT from a defensive standpoint, you just go ahead and attack everything up front.
Keith Millard has come in for the rush on third down for the Eagles. 2 extra defensive backs. Gannon with time, and that's incomplete. Intended for McGee. And the Bluebirds out for the first time this afternoon here at RFK. Washington will have to punt.
Within both times, Gannon, on those incompletions, he tried to throw that deep comeback, and both times he threw where the receiver wasn't. So it's one of two things. Either the timing is completely off from the quarterback standpoint, or the receivers are not running the right routes.
By Sikahema awaiting the punt from Reggie Roby. Roby standing at the Redskin 33. Bearcat signal by Sikahema at the 14-yard line. And the Eagles will start from there. And they lead 3-0 at RFK Stadium. We're in the first quarter. A beautiful view of Washington on this Thanksgiving weekend. Lots of folks in town doing some sightseeing, and many of them getting wet yesterday afternoon and evening. But it has turned out beautifully here this afternoon after the rains finally ended early this morning. First down, Eagles. They lead 3-0. They're at their 14-yard line. Bubby Brister at the controls. Hebron, the rookie, is smacked right at the line of scrimmage. Johnson and Charles Mann.
Yeah, well, 78, Tim Johnson, Tim, he has been the mainstay right here at number 78 of this whole defense. Now, people have been falling by the wayside, but the one man who's really picked up the banner has been 78, Tim Johnson. That is a good Penn State guy, strong, he's tough. He really understands the scheme, and it looks to me like this year he's finally learned how to play through the pain, which in past years has plagued him.
The rookie Sterling Palmer there as well. We'll be watching him throughout this game. Hebron for only a yard, leaves 2nd and 9. Flag is down. Hebron again gets maybe 3 this time. Jeff Faulkner tripped him up. Faulkner, the free agent, picked up from the New Orleans Saints, and with the continuing injury to Bobby Wilson, the left defensive tackle, they put Faulkner right in there. Jim Waller, the backup at that spot, is also hurt.
Defense, number 97. 5-yard penalty. Remains 2nd down.
See what happened, Timmy. Heard you say his name on TV. Got so excited, jumped offside. Don't talk about him until after the play.
The rookie from Florida State.
Well, they're in love with him. And Sterling Palmer has some skills that are rare to find in a man his size.
Number 97, 6'5", 260-pounder. 2nd down, long 4. Hebron nowhere to go as the middle of this Washington line starting to stiffen. Collins and Faulkner that time making the hit on the rookie. He got about 2. It'll leave 3rd down and a long 2.
Well, Tim, if we're watching this Philadelphia Eagle offense, when they're running the ball, they're liking the middle and the left side of their line. They're staying away from the rookie Holmes right now until he can finally settle down. You see the rookie number 73.
Eagles without Eric Floyd, Mike Shadd, and Broderick Thompson from their starting offensive line unit. Brister on 3rd down to Walker, and Walker is going to be close depending on the spot. You see, he made his own spot there.
Yeah, it was a good one. They believed him. Heck, they set it right down. Yeah.
Good job, Herschel.
Next time he should take a couple more steps and make sure it's not even close. Very good job by Brister going hot. He's getting no pressure. He has time. But Walker came out of the backfield under good coverage by Carl Banks and made a tough catch.
Brister 6 of 7 passing. He's 5 of 6 on that opening drive, and we have reached the end of the first quarter with the score: the Philadelphia Eagles 3, the Washington Redskins 0. Well, Matt, when you take out this kind of scoring potential, Randall Cunningham, Freddie Barnett, the record speaks for itself.
Yeah, I don't think there's any question. Obviously, they were a big part of the Eagle offense. But what they've done without them is try to establish the run game with Walker and Hebron, and today it's working.
And we've mentioned the injuries to their offensive front, of course. That's been a huge factor in their lack of success the last 6 weeks as well. But so far today, they've played well in that opening series. Walker, not much, maybe a couple.
Well, Tim,
We are just underway in the second quarter.
yeah, I'm sorry, but the Eagles are running to their strength within the center, and they're also running to the strength right here of the Washington Redskins, number 78, Tim Johnson. Now watch, he just takes a side, now just bowls his way through and catches a shoulder in the chest, but hangs on and makes the play. Tim, you and I know that when we were watching the tapes this week, Tim Johnson was the one guy on the Redskin defense that really was head and shoulders above everybody else.
By far the steadiest player the last couple of weeks. Second down and 9. Brister for Bavaro with the pressure on him up the middle again. It'll be third down. For another NFL update, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York.
All right, Tim, at the Metrodome, the Vikings have pulled even at 7-7. Salisbury, 14 yards to Steve Jordan with that catch. Steve Jordan now ranks number 3 all-time in receptions among tight ends. Meanwhile, they've gone to the second quarter at Minnesota. Tim and Matt, back to you.
Nice-looking play from Sean Salisbury, getting his opportunity with the injury to Jim McMahon. Third down, and the crowd getting into it here for their Redskin defense. Brister, Lofton dropped it. James Lofton wanted to take that upfield and drop the ball.
Well, Tim, Richie Kotite told us that a couple weeks ago they had the Dolphins beat had Lofton not just done that. And a ball's in his chest, that should be a chance for a big play. Brister knows it, the Eagles know it, and Lofton knows it.
16-year veteran out of Stanford, picked up from the Rams after they let him go. Eagles taken by Mitchell. Good return to the 42-yard line. A 45-yard punt. We'll be back at RFK in a moment.
This game summary is sponsored by McDonald's.
Well, most of those numbers have to do with the opening series by the Eagles. They used up 9:14 on the clock, and Brister was 5 for 6 on the drive. It led to the 22-yard field goal by Matt Barr, and of course they've outrushed Washington. The Redskins have not had the ball much, and Lofton could have kept that last drive alive had he been able to hold on.
Yeah, well, he's an old warrior. He's been there before. He knows how to deal with it. He also knows that it's coming to a close, and he'd like to go out catching instead of dropping.
Eagles been using him in the 4-wide setup. But it's Redskin ball at the 41-yard line after the good punt return by Mitchell. Double tight end formation. Brooks with a spin move gets close to 3.
Well, he's running right into the center of their defensive line, and that's where number 90 there, William Perry, the Fridge, has really made a difference for this Eagle defense. It's funny, when I spoke with Kotite yesterday, he said, William Perry, yeah, he's in great shape. Well, he's just the best shape I've ever seen him, and I'm going, what kind of shape are you talking about? We're talking Bosque Pear here.
Play action, good fake by Gannon. Wycheck, first down, Redskins. To the Eagles' 37-yard line. The rookie from Maryland.
Well, Tim, he doesn't have a lot of pressure. He's able to stay in the pocket, which allows Wycheck to come across and find the open in the zone. Watch, no pressure up front. Take your time, step and throw. Mechanics are right. Wycheck in between the zone, first down.
Richie Pettibone says this guy can be a fullback, a tight end, an H-back, all those things that they've been looking for, I guess, since Clint Didier, really.
Yeah, you see, he's a rookie, and really, this is his senior year in college, and the guy desperately needs some facial hair.
20-yard gain into Eagles territory. Brooks spinning, nowhere to go, at maybe a yard. At the bottom of the stack, Andy Harmon, number 91.
Tim, when I went to the training camp of the Washington Redskins, they had a thought that Reggie Brooks would be able to be a very good rusher for him. You can see he's leading all the rookies out there. And if you look at this, the top 2 guys are Notre Dame guys, which you're proud of.
Yes, I like that.
But what they were concerned with is that he likes to spin too much in the hole. They think once he gets that worked out and can hit the full speed, he's going to be even better.
Second and 9. Gannon gets time. He's got a man open, Howard. First down, Redskins.
Well, Tim, this is the player that they want to see if he can really be the top pick that he was last year. And what the Redskins do well in their offense is they've always run the good crossing receiver routes. Here they catch him in a zone, they run him straight across, everybody's run off deep. Howard wide open, Gannon has time to find him in a first down.
Rich Miano made the tackle. And of course, Art Monk fans a little upset that he's on the bench for the youngster Howard, but they got to find out what he can do. Gannon trying to avoid the sack, took it up the middle, but he is dropped at the 25-yard line by Mike Flores, number 95, the second-year defensive end.
And a nice call by Bud Carson. You know, last time they go with that matchup man zone. Now this time they go with the straight zone, and Gannon does not have enough time to find everybody. They get the pressure. Flores makes the sack.
Eagles have Wes Hopkins in relief of Andre Waters during this series. Waters been bothered by a back injury and coming off a serious toe injury. Had missed 7 games, so we don't know if he's hurt or whether just getting some relief from Hopkins. Second down at 13. Gannon with time and diving grab. Ricky Sanders at the 15-yard line.
Nicely done, Tim. Great catch in the end by Sanders. Nice jobs by Brooks. Watch Brooks to the top of your screen. He's going to pick up the blitzing safety. Right up here. Watch the safety. He's going to creep. He's going to come. Now watch Brooks pick him up. That's good, sound protection. That allows Gannon to step into the pocket, find Sanders, and Sanders with a big catch.
Gannon now 6 of 8 and 70 yards. These two backup quarterbacks running their ball clubs effectively here in the first half. 3rd and 3. Ernest Biner in the game. And whistles everywhere. Flag down deep. They may have run out of time before the snap.
Delay, offense, 5-yard penalty, still 3rd down.
So both Gannon and Brister having a problem getting the play off in time when they hit the red zone. It's happened to each of them now. The ball at the 20-yard line, close to the 21. 3rd down and 9 for the Redskins. Middleton makes the strong side left. Interception, William Thomas. So the Redskins' drive ended in Philadelphia territory. And we'll be back at RFK in a moment.
Tim, right here, William Thomas, number 51, does a good job of playing the zone on Ernest Biner. And what he does, he never takes his eyes off the quarterback. Once Biner comes inside, he just turns, takes the pick. And watch him, watch his eyes right here. Quarterback throws inside, Thomas turns back, reads the quarterback the whole way. Sometimes interceptions are attributed to coverage, sometimes it's individual. That time, William Thomas did a great job.
Thomas, who's coming out for an outstanding game last week, comes up big for the Eagles here. First down at their 33. Hebron, nowhere to go. Charles Mann on the tackle. On the interception play, Jeff Bostic went down for the Redskins, and if he can't come back right away, that means they'll have to reshuffle their offensive line once again. Both teams troubled by those kinds of injuries. There's Bostic on the Redskin bench. 35-year-old veteran. 2nd and 10. In the pro set this time, the Eagles. And Brister just gets it up, nearly picked off. Pressured by Faulkner. And Brister coughed it up. A near interception.
Tim, I just told you, sometimes it's pure individual. This time it's a matter of pressure where the interception almost came. Jeff Faulkner comes blowing up the middle, number 93. You're going to see him on your top. Watch, he's going to come right up the middle. And what that's going to do is put Brister, watch the arm under, work upfield. Brister has to make a decision. Now he just throws the ball away, and at the other end, Tom Carter almost comes up with the pick.
Jeff Faulkner doing a fine job in this opening half as a new Redskin. 3rd and 10. Brister complete to Michael Young. And an Eagles first down. Young, the free agent from Denver.
Tim, in every game that's played, the won and loss is usually determined on 3rd down. And right now, the Philadelphia Eagles have done a very good job on 3rd down. In that first drive, they come down, they went out and they converted now. And this past 3rd down, another long yardage situation, they come up with the first.
Good job by Brister after a near intercept on the previous play. 44-yard line of the Eagles. They lead 3-0 first half. Heath Sherman, nowhere to go for him. Drop in the backfield. Johnson is there. Mann is there. And Palmer, Sterling Palmer, the rookie.
Well, I mentioned to you before that it's rare that you find a guy with his size and have that kind of ability. And the kind of ability, you're talking about, you can see he's 256 pounds, but he's skinny. I mean, when I looked at him, the guy just looked like he was 220 pounds. He can run, he's strong, but most important, he's got a good football mind, understands how to play the game.
Pat Eiler's in the secondary replacing Carter on the 2nd and 10. Intended for Sherman, off the mark.
Oh!
He gets a free lick, and there'll be a penalty against Banks.
I don't like that penalty. That's a good play by Carl Banks. He doesn't know if that ball is going to be caught or not. He's got him in his sights, runs right through him. They threw the flag. I don't like it. He don't like it either.
Linebacker point of view expressed by Matt Millen, of course.
Well, you know, in my little world, it's the only view. You're going to see 58 Banks come in.
I don't know, Matt.
But don't forget, that's in slow motion.
Yeah, but play it back at regular
There's no foul
speed.
on the play. It was not a late hit.
Yeah, there you go.
3rd down.
He's got him in his sight. And once he's lined up, the ball's through, you just take your shot. Good lobbying effort there by Carl Banks.
Yes, excellent. Well, this is Washington.
Thank you. Thank you.
3rd and 10. Eagles at the 45-yard line. Did you lobby better here than you did in all those other stops of yours?
I was always a good lobbyer.
Early action there, and they'll blow that whistle dead. Whistling the play dead. Al Noga charging in. Was he drawn? We'll find out from referee Gary Lane.
Offside defense. Number 72 going to the quarterback unabated. 5-yard penalty. Remain 3rd down.
Unabated.
Well, I guess when you're going to be offside, you better really be offside. He wasn't going to make it even close.
Definitely unabated, but he still only gets a 5-yard penalty. Noga, the 6-year man out of Hawaii, came from Minnesota as an unrestricted free agent, has not been able to nail down a starting role in this team. 3rd and 5. Brister trying to find somebody, and that's nearly intercepted. Intended for Michael Young. A.J. Johnson nearly had an interception for the Redskins.
Yeah, well, Tim Johnson on the one end, A.J. Johnson on the other end. Bubby Brister doesn't know where all these Johnsons are coming from, but watch him come up the middle. Tim Johnson fights through the double team. Now you're going to see him top of the screen, keep on fighting through, force the pass to the corner, and then on the other end, A.J. Johnson knocked it down away from Michael Young.
Eagles hits it from the 40-yard line of Philadelphia. Fair catch signal by Mitchell, and the ball bounces out of bounds. They're going to spot it at about the 19. Tim Ryan with Matt Millen at RFK Stadium. The offensive line injury woes continue for the Redskins. Bostic out with a bruised hip, and he joins Lachey, Schlereth, and Jacoby among that injured group. Those guys are all gone for the year, and there is a chance that Bostic could be back. McKenzie has moved to center, and Berna Smith to right guard. Ricky Irvin Flag is down as Irvins gets 3 out the left side. Britt Hager, the linebacker, runs a long way to make the tackle there, and a holding signal against the Redskins.
Well, you juggle that offensive line so much, and you have to try to figure out a way to get people blocked, and sometimes when you don't know the scheme, you just start grabbing onto people.
4th penalty picked up by the Redskins. The Eagles have yet to acquire one of those. So Raleigh McKenzie has been flopped around from center to guard, finds himself back at the center spot. He's familiar there. Verna Smith, picked up a couple of weeks ago from the Bears, number 61, moves in at right guard. Ed Simmons just back this week at right tackle.
Holding offense, number 87. 10-yard penalty, still first down.
Middleton, the tight end, picks up the holding penalty.
Ron Middleton is a guard dressed up as a tight end. Don't let anybody fool you.
1st and 20. Draw play. Irvins got back the penalty yardage to the 20.
Well, they go right up the middle in that draw, and they're expecting Raleigh McKenzie, the center, to anchor everything down. Now watch, Irvin's going to take a step, come blowing right up the middle on the draw. Watch McKenzie. First he checks the guard, then get on Britt Hager, and all Irvins is doing in that situation is reading the rear end of Raleigh McKenzie. If it goes one way, he goes the other.
Arrows on it.
Well, no, it's a big enough target that you can follow it pretty easy.
They leave the 2nd and 9 at the 20-yard line. Sanders, Howard, and McGee, 3 wides in on this down. Irvins again. The flag flies once more as Irvins gets to the 25-yard line where Britt Hager, the middle linebacker in there for Byron Evans, makes the tackle.
Well, the Eagles guys are, you see they're saying it's another hold on the Washington Redskins.
Holding offense, number 61. Half the distance to the goal line, still 2nd down.
Well, that's the newest man, Verna Smith, number 61. Britt Hager had a fine game last week and has done a good job replacing one of the fine linebackers in the league in Evans. Those are big shoes to fill, and Hager's played well.
Yeah, he's filling them pretty well. Britt Hager is a very good football player.
Mitchell and Irvins in the backfield for the Redskins. Ricky Irvins trying the left side, has some room to the 22-yard line.
Well, they keep on getting penalties and moving them back, and they keep handing the ball to Ricky Irvins, and he keeps running them right back to where they started. What they like about Ricky Irvins, they think he's got the good, quick feet. They think he's a strong guy. What they don't like about him is they think he's got to be 100% healthy to play. And in this league, you're not going to be 100% healthy. In fact, the first day of training camp is the best you're going to feel for the next 6 months, and he's got to realize that.
Well, his most recent problem, a thigh injury. Biner has come in on 3rd down and 7. Again, and short hop snap intended for McGee.
Well, that was all quarterback, Tim. He had time. They gave him protection. He had McGee coming back on the comeback, which would have given him the first down. He just pulled the string and it didn't get there.
So the Redskins will have to punt. Reggie Roby standing at his 5-yard line to receive the snap. Sikahema waiting for it at the 35 of the Eagles. Look at this. It's intercepted. Mitchell with a short snap, a pass play, and the Eagles pick it up. Otis Smith alertly grabbing that little lob pass.
Well, a gutsy call, but even a better play by Otis Smith. They're going to snap it right there. Now up in the air and try to pop pass to Todd Bowles, but Otis Smith wins the basketball toss and comes down with the interception.
Well, that was unique and unusual and all of those things, and costly as it turns out.
Very costly. You know, Wayne Sevier will put this stuff in, the Redskins special team coach. Every now and then it backfires, and that happened right there.
First down at the 27-yard line. Second turnover by the Redskins. Brister on first down, complete to Herschel Walker.
Well, Richie Pettibone is being very, very aggressive right now. First he goes with the fake field goal. It doesn't work. First play from the line of scrimmage, he comes up with a blitz, brings people up inside, and puts them in man coverage behind. Brister does a good job of staying with Walker and finding him, creating the second and short.
So the fourth down gamble deep in Washington territory turns sour for the Redskins. And the Eagles in the red zone. Hebron trying to get to the corner, and they string it out. Did he make the first down? He'll be close.
It's in one position that Herschel Walker, he's right in front of Von Hebron right here, number 34. You're going to see him come out, and he's going to block. Now, Herschel Walker might be one of the poorest blocking running backs in the National Football League, but in this particular instance, he gets a very good block on Charles Mann.
It is first down Eagles at the 17-yard line of the Redskins. The blitz from the corner. Brister gets it off to Walker. Walker diving in. Do they give it to him? No signal yet. He'll be down at about the 1-yard line. Brad Edwards and Carl Banks trip him up.
Well, another job right there of aggressive call by Pettibone. Goes with the blitz. That puts Banks in coverage man-to-man on Walker, and he falls down. Now you're going to watch Walker come out. Watch Carl Banks inside your screen. See him fall right there? That allowed Brister to get the ball to Walker. Walker does a very good job of just getting right upfield.
First and goal on the 16-yard gain. They're at the 1-yard line of the Redskins. Hebron, touchdown. There's an Eagle down as they have jumped into what should be a 10-0 lead with a point after. Let's see the play.
Yeah, what's what happened? They try to stretch the defense, get everybody going outside. Now watch the block by Herschel Walker right there. Now here's the lane. Run right up inside. Carl Banks over pursues. He's got to come from inside out. Doesn't get that job done, which opens the lane. Watch Banks flow too far outside. Hebron cuts right back inside.
And just on the corner of your screen on that replay, you could see number 78, the right tackle, Antone Davis, go down and get rolled up on. And he is the injured Eagle. Still being attended to. Now, again, we keep coming back to the injuries on the offensive lines of both of these teams. We've seen Jeff Bostic go down today for the Redskins with a bruised hip. Eagles coming into the game with Eric Floyd, Mike Shadd, Roderick Thompson, Rob Selby, all gone with injuries. And now Antone Davis, who has made it healthy through the season so far, he goes out.
Well, that's a big man there, Antone Davis, and a guy who's getting better. And I'll tell you a story, Tim. It happened to us his rookie year here at RFK when I was playing with the Redskins. And Charles Mann was really schooling him that particular night. And we got into the middle of the third quarter, and Wilbur Marshall wanted to rush over Antone Davis so bad that he and Charles Mann got into a fight in the huddle, and I had to break it up.
Well, those are two big guys. That must have been interesting. Bar for the point after. And the Eagles have a 10-0 lead. Their first rushing touchdown since the Jets game in Week 4.
A look behind the...
Tim Ryan with Matt Millen at RFK Stadium, where the Eagles have taken a 10-0 lead. The rookie Von Hebron's 1-yard touchdown run after the interception by Otis Smith on Brian Mitchell's 4th down pass attempt.
Well, Tim,
ready to kick it off.
I'm sorry, but let me tell you this. There's not too many teams in the league when you take probably your best running back on the team, has a touchdown at one end, then they turn around and they put him on kickoff coverage on the other end.
He's still a free agent rookie. And they're reminding him of that.
That's exactly right. You're doing a good job now. Go out there and make a tackle.
Desmond Howard and Brian Mitchell, the deep men. And it's going to be Howard from the 5. Good return by Howard to the 34-yard line where James Joseph made the tackle.
Well, Tim, you take your best running back, like I said, and you put him on special teams, and you expect him to go down and make a tackle. But Von Hebron says, look, I'm out here and I get paid to run the football, and I'm going to run down and I'll make it look good, but I'm not about to get involved in anything. Look at this. And see, he's the safety, and he's making sure he's staying away.
Word on Antone Davis of the Eagles, the right offensive tackle, a bruised knee, and they hope to get him back into the action. Washington, meanwhile, starting from their 34-yard line, trailing 10-0. 3:13 remaining in the first half of play. Washington has been through 10 quarters now without scoring a touchdown. Offense has been the big problem for both of these teams. We've detailed the injuries, and that's the primary reason. Richie Pettibone pulling out all the stops with a 4th down pass in his own end. And that failed to click, and indeed turns into a Philadelphia score. Gannon, Ricky Sanders, about 5. Well, it's doubleheader Sunday on CBS today with the NFL action. And some of you will see the 49ers at the Rams, that great West Coast rivalry. And others will see Phoenix at the New York Giants. So stay with us all day long. More NFL action ahead here on CBS.
Tim, that San Francisco team, that team is really starting to come on. They've made some changes defensively. Steve Young is healthy, and they're really starting to score points.
Gannon now 7 of 11 for 75 yards. Brooks, first down.
And that's what the Washington Redskins haven't had, Tim. They haven't had a guy with this kind of speed, with these kind of moves, and they haven't had it consistently all year long. Now watch Brooks. First, he has the vision. Now make the cut. Outside, back inside. Find where no one is. Stick it up inside. Pick yourself up a first down. They're really excited about him. In a year that's really been an offensive disaster, he has been the man who stood out.
Clyde Simmons injured on the last play. Boy, it's unbelievable how these things happen. The injury run happens to a club, and it just seems ongoing and ongoing. It's like an infection.
You know, the thing is, Tim, I can't remember a year when so many teams had so many players injured. This might be the worst that I can remember.
Rookie Mike Cholensky, number 71, has come in to replace Simmons at right defensive end. 260-pounder from UCLA, a free agent rookie.
That's a good job right there of Seth Joyner talking to the rookie right when he comes in and try to make him settle down and let him know everything's going to be fine.
And they take Perry out here on first down as well. Gannon, screen pass, Brooks. All the way to the 26-yard line. There's a flag down back near the line of scrimmage. Brooks was finally brought down by his own man, but the flag is back near the line of scrimmage.
A nice job by the Washington Redskins on the call. What Reggie Brooks does well, as you see, you got a man downfield too soon for the Washington Redskins on the screen. It looks like Mo Eloanivi is a little upset. What they do is they take the rookie and they get him out where no one, he's great in space, Reggie Brooks, so they put him out in space and let him do his stuff.
Ineligible receiver, offense, number 76, downfield. 5-yard penalty, still first down.
It's big Ed Simmons, number 76, who they got back this week. You know, he's the offensive tackle. He's going to be right here. Now they're going to try the screen to this side. Watch, he'll pound. Now get out. Line of scrimmage is here, and guess what? They caught him. He's downfield.
Well, we have a timeout on the field. Philadelphia on top, 10-0. 2 minutes remaining here at RFK Stadium, and Philadelphia up 10-0. You're looking at Art Monk, number 81, a well-known number, a well-known name in this league, is yet to get into the ball game and has a consecutive games receiving streak of 158 games going. He caught one against the Rams last week. It didn't come until the final minutes of the game, and they no doubt will make an effort to get him in there, but Desmond Howard is the starter, with Sanders moving into the slot position. On first down, Gannon off the mark, intended for Middleton, the tight end.
But Tim, and this is the time when Art Monk should be in there. You have to have something going, get something going. You need the cunning, you need the guile, and you need it now. Art Monk, yes, he's not as fast as he has been. Yes, he's not as quick as he has been, but he understands the game. When you talk to guys who are going to play against Monk, they all say the same thing. They can't believe that he's not on the field, and they would like to see him have a chance to play. You hear the crowd right now. We want Monk.
Second down and 15. Rolling left, Gannon. Good mobility. Picks up about 6 as he's forced out of bounds. Good coverage downfield by the Eagles.
Yeah, real good coverage. And what they tried to do first with Gannon is roll him out to buy him some time. You can see he's going to go all the way out. Then they run the route, and there's no one open. There's nothing you can do as a quarterback. You can buy yourself all kinds of time. But look at this. Look at the deep zone right here. And the underneath zone with the chase over here. Nowhere to throw the football. He has nothing to do but eat it, try to make as much as he can, which brings up 3rd and long.
The crowd's still in the Monk chant. Ricky Sanders has been quite public about having all of the wide receivers rotating around and not getting into a rhythm with the quarterbacks, especially because they've had to replace Rippon because of his injury. And that's knocked down intended for Howard, and it was Mark McMillan, number 29, coming in to slap it away.
Tim, Ricky Sanders is in the slot, and he may have liked to go to him, but when you get manhandled like this, you can't go anywhere. Watch him come up. Now watch back inside. That's a very good job by William Thomas. What I see less and less of in this league is linebackers who will knock off a crossing receiver. Thomas played it perfectly.
So Roby into punt, standing at his 33-yard line, 1:41 to play, first half. Sikahema, the Eagles 10. A dandy punt from Roby. And it'll go into the end zone for touchback. 53-yard punt by the former Dolphin. Sanders, just going back to that Art Monk situation, as we remind you that coming up at halftime, Greg and Terry will have scores and highlights and a little preview of the 49er Rams and Phoenix Giants games. Just going back to Ricky Sanders' comments, he says when you have guys rotating all around you, you don't know what's happening. Going into a game, we don't know who's going to play what, where, when, or how long we're going to be in there. And he thinks that receivers need the rhythm, especially with these new quarterbacks. So Sanders has been vocal about the situation, more so than the usually silent Art Monk.
Yeah, well, and the thing is, they know Art Monk has that streak going, and they said, the coaching staff of the Skins said that they wanted to get him in early and get it over with, so if they come down to the end of the game, they can work their game plan, which really doesn't include Monk.
First down, Eagles with a 10-0 lead, and they throw on first down. Intended for Lofton, that's batted away by Darrell Green.
But Tim, I tell you, you could not beat the break that Darrell Green had on the ball to Lofton. Everything went perfectly. What ends up happening is that Green breaks on the ball just as he's settling into his zone. He comes back and knocks it down right at the last second. We have nothing up there.
So it's 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. Great freak on the ball there by Green. Had he been able to keep going, he'd be in the end zone. Brister, 2nd and 10. Walker. Walker to midfield, breaking tackles all along the way.
Very good call by Richie Kotite. They go with the screen. They know they're going to get a zone. They end up throwing to Walker underneath, picks himself some blocks, turns into a big play. Brister just throwing it down and downing it right there.
7 seconds left to play.
Looks like there's a little confusion going on right now in the Eagle huddle.
Well, they had some of that last week, but I think Brister was complaining about the play clock being off. And we have lost power in our television monitors here, so whether the game clocks are also affected by it, they show 25 up there now. They appear to be fine. There's a bit of a power problem somewhere in the stadium. It is 2nd and 10 from the 48-yard line of the Eagles. Brister under pressure, off the mark. Michael Young, the only man in the area, he had turned inside. Brister threw it outside.
Well, Tim, again, Richie Pettibone has been very, very aggressive defensively. Now, just when they come up with a big play, he says he's going to get a big play back, and he's been bringing blitzes all day long. I'm very impressed with the game he's drawn. Richie Kotite, on the other hand, has answered the bell, too. You know, he said he was going to call his own signals today, his own plays, rather, and he has been right out there with some big plays.
Well, they had an impressive opening series that led to their field goal, and then they moved the ball smartly after making the interception on the Redskins' 4th down. Inside handoff. Walker nowhere to go. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up 4th down. 44 seconds and counting down. And the play is whistled dead here at 41 seconds with a timeout called by the Redskins. Eagles 10, Redskins nothing. There's the score with 41 seconds remaining at RFK Stadium. The Eagles on top will punt. Eagles standing at his 35-yard line. Ryan Mitchell waiting for it at the 10. Mitchell will return from the 15. Look out. All the way to the 37-yard line of the Eagles.
Then Brian Mitchell with the big play on the return. Herschel Walker saved the touchdown. Now Herschel Walker is the fullback on the punt team. You're going to watch him. He gets blocked at the end. Now he sees Mitchell break. He does a tremendous job of taking the angle and coming all the way back. You'll see him from the right side of your screen. The one thing you're not going to do is outrun Herschel Walker. Watch this. You know, he's the fullback. And they said, well, he'll be one of the first guys down. He outruns everybody. Now, Alboyd Mays gets a good block on him. Now, watch the angle. See, Herschel reads it. Now he just takes to the top, gets to the top shoulder, prevents the touchdown. Great job.
Redskins at the 39 of the Eagles. Gannon trying to make something happen. It's caught on the deflection. Reggie Brooks.
Oh! What a shot! Desmond Howard just drilled somebody.
Reggie Brooks to the 20-yard line off the fingertips of Thomas. 15 seconds still left.
Watch number 80, Desmond Howard in transition game. I mean, that picture does not do it much justice. I mean, he just drilled him. And I mean, just like that, the Redskins are threatening.
They've spotted it close to the 17-yard line. First down, Washington. Gannon with a lot of time to the corner. Oh, just broken up by Otis Smith. Ricky Sanders running free.
Yeah, Tim, this is Philadelphia Eagle, Washington Redskin kind of football right now. And exciting, big plays, things are going on, but Smith does a tremendous job of reading the zone, seeing the quarterback, breaking back inside. Look, it comes out of nowhere and knocks it down. Very good defense.
You can see Sanders had his hands up. He thought the ball was there for 6. Second down. 10 seconds remaining. Gannon throws that one out of bounds. McGee down the sideline, but he was well covered.
Yeah, and a very good defensive job by the Philadelphia Eagles. They went with the zone. They flooded everything back there. They got their drops. Make sure if the ball is going to be thrown, it's going to be thrown in front of them. Gannon had to try to get it into the end zone. Couldn't get it done. That'll force the field goal try.
3 seconds on the clock. Lohmiller will tee it up at the 25-yard line. Redskins will be pleased to get on the board here before halftime. A 35-yard attempt. It is no good. Lohmiller missed it from 35. Well, when you're 2-8, that's how things go. That's the end of the first half. The Philadelphia Eagles 10, the Washington Redskins nothing.
CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by Mercedes-Benz, where safety, reliability, and performance are never optional. The Citizen Watch Company, because Citizen is how the world tells time. Miller Sharps. Miller Sharps gives you great beer taste anytime. And by the new Norelco razors, our closest shave ever. Is sponsored by Toyota, makers of the exciting all-new Celica. Watch out, it's here. Hewlett-Packard DeskJet and LaserJet printers. Heineken, just being the best is enough. And by Pizza Hut, who reminds you that anytime's a great time to stop and smell the pizza.
Tim Ryan with Matt Millen at RFK Stadium. Eagles on top at halftime, 10-0 over the Redskins. And the Eagles had an impressive opening drive, wound up with a field goal at the end of it. The only touchdown came after that strange attempt on 4th down by the Redskins. It failed. Nice gamble, but it failed. But the big play really didn't have anything to do with the scoring play.
Yeah, it came out of running back Herschel Walker, and I was really impressed. You know, sometimes running the ball in a football game, and then other times you're asked to do other things. This is one of them. Herschel Walker is the fullback on the special teams. Now watch what he does. See, now he takes the right angle. He knows he's going to end up being the lone guy to make the play, and he does just that. So the biggest play in the first half, Tim, goes to Herschel Walker in an outstanding effort.
Ryan Mitchell, to a good return, of course, gave the Redskins the opportunity, but Lohmiller missed from 35 yards out, and so they are still looking for their first points of the game. And at halftime, you can see they're pretty much even in the yardage department, 104-96 in passing for the Eagles, 47-41.
Yeah, and there it is right there. The turnovers is what makes the difference. Now, both coaches talked about not turning the ball over. Philadelphia's gotten it done. Washington has not.
The second of those, the interception by Smith, setting up the Philadelphia score.
Oh, nice hit.
Met hard at the 18-yard line. William Frizzell, special teamer, reserve safety number 33.
Well, Tim, what the Philadelphia Eagle defense wanted to do with Rich Gannon was not allow him to get outside. They wanted to keep him in the pocket. And the reason is right here. You can see when he's in the pocket, he's 5 of 12. Outside of the pocket, when he starts to buy himself some time with his legs, he's more effective.
First down at the 20-yard line for the Redskins, opening the second half, down 10-0. McGee comes out to the right. Howard to the left. Gannon got a lot of time for McGee and overthrows it.
That is the play right there with that deep crossing receiving route that the Philadelphia Eagles said they had to stop. Now, Tim McGee is going to come down, and he's going to take this all the way across the field. Gannon will have the time. They max protect. This ends up being a 2-receiver route. Here's where they want to find right there. He has McGee, but the ball is overthrown.
You probably heard the crowd cheering here at RFK. That's for this man, number 81. Art Monk's first appearance in the game. Running from the slot position. And they give it to Brooks. Brooks to the corner and very close to the first down. He may have it. Miano pushed him out.
Now here, the thing with Art Monk that you get is the whole package. Now he's in there, you're hoping he's going to make his catch, and the whole crowd will go crazy. But Art Monk is the example by which all receivers should work. You know, he'll block when you ask him to block. He'll make the tough catch when you ask him to make the tough catch. Like I said, he's not as fast or quick as he has been, but still very, very effective.
Coming out on 3rd and short here as they need about a yard. Mitchell and Biner are the running backs.
Tim Lewis Cooper, number 52, realized that all of a sudden he was on that short yardage defense, come running in off the sideline, doesn't have his head strap even on the helmet, and he gets in there and makes the tackle.
Mitchell cut the first down, but Cooper, the reserve linebacker, the agent that came over from Miami.
Now look at him. Look, he comes running all the way to the top of this. You're going to see him coming. See him? Look, he's trying to get his helmet buckled, can't get it done, runs right in, sticks his face right here, right in the middle for the tackle. They should try to practice that more often.
First down, Redskins.
Oh!
Brooks met at the line, straightened up and thrown back.
Whoa, Seth Joyner, hello. Reggie, I mean, he just drilled him. Now there's a guy who understands how to play with pain. Seth Joyner has been nicked all year, ankles, knee, shoulder, everything's been bothering him. In fact, this week he thought he was questioned himself whether he was even going to play this week, but there was no doubt in my mind, no doubt in Richie Kotite's mind. Seth Joyner's a tough guy, and he shows up to play on Sunday.
Like Gouveia, he's got 2 sore ankles. Second down and 9. Protection for Gannon. Now he steps out of the pocket. Sideliner is complete to McGee. McGee has a first down. Pulled down by McMillan, but not before he got to the Redskin 48.
And another example, Tim, of the quarterback Gannon getting out of the pocket and throwing on a run. And he was looking underneath. Seth Joyner had the good coverage on Wycheck. He had the time to be able to find McGee coming back and get the first down.
So the Redskins on the move, opening series second half, down 10-0. They lost 8 of their last 9, desperate for a victory. And this week, their spirit at practice indicated they were ready to take on their old rivals. Play action. Gannon out for McGee. McGee pushed out by Joyner. Gain of 6, close to 7.
But Tim, he's not really getting a lot of pressure right there. And, you know, the Philadelphia Eagle defense has not really gotten a lot of sacks. Matter of fact, Reggie White is only, maybe a sack and a half. Look at this. 13, they're last in the NFL. He's 2.5 under what the whole Philadelphia Eagles are. And what that means is, you know, Reggie White really is a force. Now, he's missed on this defensive front, but there's a lot of people in there, a lot of new faces, and they have to blitz to try to get pressure.
Well, and they have Tim Harris out with the elbow injury, and he's a good pass rusher. It's stripped away by Flores, and a good recovery by Gannon. So they got pressure from Flores from the left defensive end.
And he was so disgusted that we just showed that graphic that he decided to make something happen. Watch here, Mike Flores comes in. Now he'll work back underneath of Mo Eloanibi. Watch, push him upfield, come under. Now watch his right arm right there. Boy, that's great presence. He able to see what was going on, slap it out of his hand.
Mike Chelensky has come in for Clyde Simmons. Remember, he was hurt back in the first half, and they've moved Chelensky to the left side and Flores over to the right side. They will occasionally flop. Third down. Biner the lone setback. That's Biner on the shovel pass. He's got room. Close to the first down.
Boy, they went with the blitz, and a very good call by Rod Dowhauer. Now it sets up fourth down. Decision time, and it looks like they're going to go for it. I don't see Reggie Roby going on the field. In fact, he's stepping off the field.
15 yards on the gain. It'll be fourth down and about 2. 45-yard line of the Eagles. McGee, Sanders, and Monk come on. The Redskins trailing 10-0 will go for it, but timeout is called by Washington.
Well, in the center of your screen right here, that's offensive coordinator Rod Dowhauer. And when Joe Gibbs left, what he did was he turned, what Richie Pettibone did was turn the offense right over to Rod Dowhauer, and it's been his baby. And today, what we've seen has been some really, really gutsy calls, Tim. And they're going to have another one here. This is going to be the 14th time this season that they've gone for it on fourth down.
Successful 5 times, failing earlier in the first half. It led to the Eagles' touchdown. 4th and 2, Eagles 45. And Gannon, unsure about something, changes it up. Clock down to 3 seconds.
He was going to try to get him to jump offside. The Eagles didn't fight. That's good discipline by the Eagles. You know, the thing that bothers me is you call a timeout to do that. That's a waste.
Well, they take the timeout, and they took too early in the first half as well. Didn't hurt them in the final 2 minutes in that case, but now we're into the second half, and it is fourth down in a punting situation. Roby standing at the 35-yard line.
You know, Bud Carson, the defensive coordinator there, has got to be really happy about that. You know, they put him fourth down situation. You practice week in and week out. Make sure you're holding the cadence. Don't jump it. Get in a fourth down situation, and they did just that.
He had the 4 veterans on the down line in that situation as well. Sickenhammer waiting for it at the 10-yard line. Roby launches one of his patented high balls, and it's close to being saved by Johnson. A.J. Johnson at the goal line, but it will be a touchback. 49-yard punt. We'll be back. Next Saturday, join CBS Sports for Olympic Winterfest Countdown to Lillehammer. The U.S. Olympic hockey team will host Russia live from Lake Placid, site of the Miracle on Ice back in 1980. Mike Emmerich, John Davidson, and Mike Eruzione will call the action. We'll also have a report from Norway on the Lillehammer Cup luge event, all Saturday at 1 o'clock Eastern Time. First down from the 20-yard line following the touchback. Eagles with the ball and the lead. Herschel Walker. Walker for about 9.
Well, Tim, you know, the thing that's really struck me today is Bubby Brister has not thrown the ball down. Look at this. He has not thrown a single ball past 11 yards. I mean, over 10 yards. It hasn't happened. But what they have been doing very well is throwing underneath. And the reason they're throwing underneath is really they don't think they have a guy who can get deep right now. And they're going to keep pounding it underneath, pounding underneath. Eventually, though, Richie Kotite is going to take his shot.
Brister has the arm, although he's not known as the most accurate deep thrower, but he can definitely get it downfield. Second and less than a yard. Walker breaks a tackle. And the last man gets him at the 47-yard line. Copeland and Carter, or he is in the end zone.
Well, Tim, I got to tell you, Herschel Walker is the guy today. Now, he had the biggest play in the first half on that punt return tackle. And now they're just feeding him the ball and let him work with power right down the field. Watch this right at the end. Good job by the safety coming over the tackle, but Herschel Walker with a big pickup. And Tim, we got another guy down.
He had another Redskin down at the 35-yard line, and it's Darrell Green. Walker now 49 yards rushing on 7 carries, 79 yards on 6 receptions. And Walker has been saying to the coaching staff, give me the ball. The way things are going, I'm the guy you need to carry.
On December 10th.
Alvin Williams in motion. Brister with a short drop has a lot of time. And he finds his man. That is Bailey, the rookie from Missouri, their number 2 pick.
There's Kirk again. Of course, he was working in the zone and he's working out. But here's what I like about Kirk Abia. First of all, the guy's got great instincts on the run and in the pass. Probably better in the pass. He's a scheme player. You know, they hide him. They like him to make all the plays, and he understands it very, very well. The thing I like best about this guy, though, is real simple. He's a running back on defense, and by that he means he reads absolutely everything, and he's a guy who gets in the hole and tries to mirror the back.
3rd and 2 for the Eagles. Pressure on Brister, they get him. Andre Collins drops him at the 45. First Redskin sack of the day.
Andre Collins comes off the corner and does what he does best, and that's this, pure running. Watch him come to the top of your screen. He's going to get on Walker. Now just use his feet. He'll run down Brister. Very, very few times does anybody ever run away from Andre Collins.
Collins was a force last week against the Redskins, continuing that level of play here today against the Rams. Eagles hits it from the 45. That's a short punt, and it bounces out at about the 19. We'll return to RFK with the Eagles on top.
Muncie.
Well, Tim, Calvin Williams, number 89, figured to have been a big guy in the game plan today, but to date, the Redskins have kept him completely in check. Now, there it looked like he was open. The pressure, of course, on Brister didn't allow him to get the ball off, but last time they played, he had a career day. Look at this, 8 catches for 180 yards. And today, he has been a non-factor. As a matter of fact, he's got 1 catch for 1 yard. Not a big game.
Well, of course, the big difference, Randall Cunningham played in Game 3, was hurt in Game 4. And Williams and the injured Fred Barnett, targets he is very familiar with. First down for Gannon and the Redskins at their 19, trailing 10-0, third quarter. Irvin's hit at the line. There'll be a loss on the play of about a half a yard as Flores and Seth Joyner were open to make the play. There is Mark Rippon on the sideline of the Washington Redskins, and Rippon hurt his knee in Game 2 and missed the next 2 with Kerry Conklin at quarterback. Came back for Games 5 through 9, and then last week Richie Pettibone deciding to give Gannon a shot, feeling they needed more mobility than Rippon is able to give him with that bad knee, especially because of the injuries on the offensive line. And there's the mobility. Gannon takes off and gets the first down.
Well, Tim, you're exactly right, and that's what Mark Rippon could not have done, and what Rich Gannon does well. You know, he doesn't. I don't think he's as good a thrower as Mark Rippon. In fact, I know Rippon's a better passer than Gannon. But at this point, with the offensive line all beat up and really not having good protection, you have to go to something, and Gannon's the guy because he's able to buy himself some time with his running ability.
But the suggestion made by some of the local media that they've written off Rippon is really ludicrous. He's 31 years of age. He won the Super Bowl for them 2 years ago. If his injuries heal, he's still the guy here in Washington. They don't have another one.
Rippon is very good when you can protect him. When he has to move around, he's not the guy.
Mitchell from Gannon. First down, Redskins to the 49-yard line.
Well, Brian Mitchell has been the guy on this offense today for the Washington Redskins. You know, he returned the punt, which gave him an opportunity to try and score. Now they bring him in, they swing him, and you hear the crowd starting to cheer for Art Monk as he comes in. But Brian Mitchell was the starting tailback at the beginning of the season. Then Brooks came on, and they've kind of turned him into the third down back, catching the ball out of the backfield.
First down at the 48-yard line. 17-yard gain on the play by Mitchell. Monk in the ball game, running out of the slot position. McGee wide right, Howard left. Gannon from the pocket to Monk.
And that's what I love so much about Art Monk.
Well, that keeps his consecutive game receiving streak going. 159 games in a row with at least 1 catch for this future Hall of Famer Art Monk.
Tim, what drives me nuts, you can see right there, he's right behind Steve Largent of 159. But what drives me nuts is Monk can do that all the time. You can move the chains with this guy. He's done it his whole career, and he does it when people know. He's kind of like Sterling Sharp in that regard. You know he's going to get the pass, and he still comes up with it.
It leaves second and about a yard. And again, they run out of time. So there'll be a delay of game penalty against the Redskins when we return. 5:06 to go. Well, there's Jeff Bostic out of uniform. Remember, he started this game today at center. Bruised hip in the first half, and he's in civvies. And Gannon did get the timeout called, evidently just as it was turning to 0 on the clock. So Washington has only 1 remaining now, but they have second and a yard at the 43-yard line of the Philadelphia Eagles, trailing 10-0. Gannon 13 of 22 passing, 5 out of 5 on this drive. You can see the Redskins slightly ahead of the Eagles in total yardage, but you have to score a point. Irvins battles for the first down and down to the 38-yard line. For an NFL update, let's go to Greg Gumbel in New York. Greg?
All right, Tim, and we'll take you to the Metrodome where Sean Salisbury has thrown another touchdown pass. 7-yarder to Chris Carter. The Vikings lead the Saints 14-0 with just a few seconds left in the third. Tim and Nat, back to you.
Vikings up 14-7 there, and you've indicated that's kind of a defining game for each of those teams. Saints trying to rebound from their little slump after such a great start. First down. Gannon gets time. Up the middle, he's got his man Middleton. The tight end to the 20-yard line. Pulled down by Miano. And the Redskins driving.
And that play was made possible by great protection. It allowed Gannon to stand in the pocket, do everything right, and find Middleton right in the middle of that zone. Watch the zone. Watch the protection right here of that offensive line. So they get no pressure at all. You're going to be able to watch Gannon step up. Look, this is picture perfect. Step, throw, mechanics are right. Finds Middleton, first down.
Jenkins comes in for Middleton at tight end. Viner into the backfield. First down at the 20-yard line of the Eagles. And there is the last timeout. That by Gannon.
That is one bonehead of a play right there. At this point, you have no timeouts left. 3 minutes left, 3:40 in the third quarter. You're going into the fourth quarter with nothing. That's poor decision. And hey, you're on the 20-yard line. Yeah, you don't want to slow things down. You're running out of time. Sometimes you have to take the 5-yard penalty. That may have been the time to do it.
Well, you could see the look on Richie Pettibone's face. He wasn't pleased with that development. It's a close game that could well go down to the final minutes of this game. Remember, we've got more action ahead here on CBS. Our doubleheader action will feature the 49ers at the Rams. San Francisco coming on. T.J. Rubley, the quarterback for Los Angeles, an exciting young, perhaps future star of the Rams, as Jim Everett relegated to backup status. Phoenix will be at the New York Giants, and you heard Dan Fouts say the weather may be a factor up there. Seventh play of this Redskin drive at the 20-yard line, first down. Locked in motion behind the ball. Gannon forced out of bounds by Hager.
Good coverage right there by the Philadelphia Eagles. They're going to go. Gannon's going to be looking for somebody, and there's going to be no one to throw the football to. You have Wycheck down below here checking. You have a 4-receiver route, but you see the zone. Look at this. Back here zone, underneath zone. Gannon can't see anyone open, so he just starts to roll and try to let something develop, but it never happens. Everyone's covered, and he's got to take it out of bounds. Good coverage by the defense.
Second and 15 from the 25-yard line. Rob Irvins, and they stuff it.
Boy, I like that, Seth Joyner. What a football player. Great instinct. He read it immediately. They came with the blitz off the corner. Joyner senses it, comes right back inside. Watch him. He's going to come right from here. Boom, make the tackle inside. Look at this. Come on the blitz, come underneath. Wow, I like that. See, and at the end, he makes a tackle. He tried to strip the ball out of there, too. This guy comes to play every week, and he's playing today.
Third down, 17 now. Redskins going backwards. Gannon steps up. He's got his man McGee. And the flag is down. McGee short of the first down yardage. And a flag on the play to boot. Procedure signal against the Redskins. 8th penalty taken by Washington today.
So every time the
Illegal
Redskins...
formation. Offense number 85 covered up the tight end. 5-yard penalty, still third down.
That's two guys on a line of scrimmage. You can't do that. And when you do that, that means the tight end is not eligible. But look, it's been all mistakes. Every time the Redskins have had a chance to get down there and do something, they've killed themselves with penalties. You see 8 for 50, or they've blown it, like the field goal was blown. So they've just hurt themselves all day long.
2 interceptions, one of them leading to the only touchdown scored in this game. That's by the Eagles, of course. The blitz from the corner. Eric Allen has Gannon. 4th sack.
Tim, great call by Bud Carson, the defensive coordinator. What he does is he takes Eric Allen off the corner and then runs a zone right behind him. Watch, he's lined up on the slot right here, and then they're just going to bring him right off the side. Look at this. Put Eloanibi in a decision-making mode. He's got to block either inside or outside. He decides to go inside to block the lineman. Allen comes off the corner, makes the sack.
Allen had a sack last week, 2 weeks in a row, and he had never had a sack in his otherwise distinguished NFL career. Roby's punt, and A.J. Johnson, did he keep it in? It looks like he might have. Great effort by Johnson, but it looks like we're seeing the touchback signal. Yes, he might have been on the goal line. Great effort by A.J. Johnson.
Well, again, because of mistakes that have killed themselves, the Redskins come up short. Now watch A.J. Johnson right at the end. Ball's in the air.
Yeah,
it hit.
Yeah, and he had already stepped on that end line before he went in there. Nice try, though. Great effort by Johnson. See there, he steps on it right there.
Yeah, once he steps on over the line, it's automatic. If he touches it, then it's a touchback.
So they start from the 20. The Eagles up 10-0. Herschel Walker is dropped for a loss by Faulkner.
Tim, Jeff Faulkner's played himself a pretty good football game today. And that's tough. He's come in, he's picked up just a few weeks ago, and now he's in the middle of the defense and asked to be a big contributor, and today he's done that.
Well, of course, Bobby Wilson been bothered with knee injuries at that left tackle spot on and off all season long, and active today. Faulkner having to start in there for him. They signed Gerald Nichols this week just in case they need him in there. Picked up from the Eagles on waivers. Second down, 15, 14 make it. Brister, Herschel Walker to the 20-yard line, back to the original line of scrimmage. It'll leave a 3rd and 10. This game presented by authority of the National Football League and the CBS telecast, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of the telecast without the express written consent of CBS, the Washington Redskins, and the National Football League is prohibited. Time winding down, 3rd quarter. And they spotted at the 21-yard line. Play by Herschel Walker, leaving a 3rd and 9 Eagles. Big defensive situation for the Redskins here. Walker, and they stop him at the 25-yard line as time will complete the 3rd quarter here. Zeros are up. The Eagles will have to punt. That's the end of the 3rd quarter with the score. The Eagles 10, Washington nothing. Our coverage will continue after this message from your local station. You're watching the NFL on CBS. Well, it's a perfect day for football at RFK, but it's been a less than perfect day for the home team. The Washington Redskins down 10-0 as we begin the 4th quarter. They'll be getting the ball on the punt from Fiegel, standing at his own 10-yard line. Brian Mitchell awaits it at the 30-yard line of the Redskins. Eagles punt. Mitchell from the 25, and he is dropped immediately by Otis Smith. 49-yard punt. Looked like they might have had a little reverse on Matt.
Well, what they were going to do is take Mitchell and throw it back to Darrell Green and allow Green to go up the sideline.
Meanwhile, there was a flag back at the line of scrimmage. May have been somebody downfield prematurely by the Eagles. They're talking to Darrell Green, and he is indicating to the sideline the penalty is against Philadelphia.
Let me tell you something about Darrell Green. Whenever you can get him involved in the kicking game, something's going to happen.
Ineligible downfield. Prior to the kick, number 33, 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
That's Rizal leaving a bit early. And we note on that last kick that the Eagles did not have Walker on the field. I guess he's doing enough offensively. They'll give him the day off.
Yeah, they gave him a blow, but just after he caught his breath, they put him right back in at the up-back position.
So he's out there again. Frizzell was the man downfield too soon. He's one of the outside men. And there's Herschel in his spot. Diving try at the block and a short punt. Mitchell at the 46-yard line of Washington.
Well, Lamont Hollingquist, 96, forced the punt, and what the Washington Redskins just did there was gain themselves almost 20 yards in field position, Tim.
Now let's see if the Redskins can do anything with it. They've not been able to capitalize on anything in this game so far. Herschel Walker has been the offensive star of the game.
Well, you're going to see, he's had 8 catches today, get 9 carries for 45 yards rushing. But the biggest play that he's made was the tackle on special teams to prevent the touchdown on the punt return.
Screen for Reggie Brooks. He's got blockers.
Tim, you said he had blockers, but I'll tell you what, they didn't do anything.
No, and Andre Waters just came in right behind them, made the hit, then got help from Mark McMillan.
Well, Andre Waters, when we talked to him last night, he knows what it takes to play football. He talked about attitude. He talked with a passion. He talked about the young guys, how they had to get them turned around, how Fridge has really helped this team. But this guy here, he comes to play. I really like Andre Waters. He got a rap about being a dirty player, but he plays tough, and I like that.
2nd and a yard for the Redskins. Reggie Brooks, and Brooks should have the first down. Eagles knifing underneath to stop him, but it looks like he got to the marker, Clyde Simmons, making the tackle. Brooks so far has not been a factor offensively, just 26 yards on 8 carries. He does get the first down.
Funny thing about Reggie Brooks, when I watch him, what I really notice is that I think he's a better inside runner than outside runner. And that's kind of interesting. And the Eagles felt like they reminded him very much of Morris from New York, Joe Morris.
Yeah, he's kind of built like Joe Morris. He does have a similar running style. A flag is down as Brooks gets maybe 3 on that one to the 42-yard line of the Eagles. Mike Flores making the stop.
Offside defense, number 77, lined up in the neutral zone, 5-yard penalty, still first down.
Keith Millard lining up in the neutral zone, gets the offside call. Millard been used primarily on the passing down by the Eagles from that defensive tackle position. He's still a great locker room guy, a great spirit, good quickness. We're glad to have him on the Eagle defense. 1st and 5. Flushed, Millard in pursuit, forces him out of bounds short of the first down yardage at the 35-yard line of Philadelphia.
Again, Gannon using his legs to get himself out of trouble. Now, the Eagles knew this going in, that Gannon liked to take off and run. So what they were going to try to do was make sure their defensive ends or outside backers really came up and contained him. And then if they were going to run any stunts, it was all going to be blitzing inside to force the pocket and have the contain on the outside and hopefully keep them in.
It leaves 2nd and almost 2. Gannon in trouble. Takes off and gets the first down to the 30-yard line of the Eagles. Stopped there by Leonard Renfro, the rookie from Colorado, getting some time at defensive tackle.
Well, Tim, they talked about keeping him inside, and you're going to watch number 21, Eric Allen, again coming off the corner. They want to keep him contained, so you bring your speed guy, see him underneath, now watch him duck underneath, and make him make a decision upfield. Now, what I like what Gannon did there was he made his decision quick, knew he had to get the first and got it.
Redskins driving again. Still looking for a score. Wycheck. First down, Redskins.
Wycheck is the hot read for Rich Gannon. They come with the blitz up inside. Gannon reads it perfectly, knows where he has to go, hits Wycheck, and allows him to get the big first down. Watch the pressure come up the middle. Here comes Hager, Thomas, Seth Joyner. Wycheck's the hot. Get upfield, make the first down. Good job by McMillan making sure he makes the tackle.
Washington first down at the 17-yard line of the Eagles. 8 in a row now for Gannon. Chased by Hager. Good play to Gannon at his best. Hager with that blitz, forcing him out. His good reaction, throwing on the run, going to his left. That's a difficult throw.
Sure is, and that's exactly why Richie Pettibone thought he needed Rich Gannon, because he could do that.
Lohmiller for the point after. And the Redskins move to within 3. 11:20 to play, fourth quarter. Eagles 10, Redskins 7.
This
Well,
game
Tim
summary
McGee-
is sponsored by Miller Lite.
Tim McGee has got Washington on the scoreboard with a touchdown pass, 17 yards from Rich Gannon. Walker of Philadelphia leading everybody with 135 yards. And Gannon, 9 straight completions, 119 yards, as he gets hot here in the second half. Sikahema. Alvoid Mays with the stop at the 21-yard line. And the Eagles will start from there as the lights come on here at RFK Stadium.
Well, Tim, when Rich Gannon is most effective is when he can use his legs to get him out of trouble. Now watch Bud Carson, the defensive coordinator, brings the blitz, which forces Gannon out of the pocket, a plan he wanted to have done. What happens is McGee comes across, goes all the way across in man coverage on McMillan. He buys himself time with his leg, finds McGee. McGee gets the 6.
The crowd alive at RFK in support of the Redskins. Brister off for Walker. Walker gets the first down.
Well, Tim, I mentioned earlier in the telecast that these were the same kind of quarterback, just different numbers. In fact, they kind of look like the same guy. You got number 16 here in Washington, and in Philly, you got number 6. Both of them kind of do the same thing. They're good at getting away from pressure with their legs and then finding the open guy and hitting him.
Walker now 101 yards on his 9 catches. This is Hebron, and the rookie gets 9. Andre Collins on the stop.
Well, Tim, this kid, Vaughn Hebron, I saw him in training camp, and as soon as I watched him, I knew the Eagles had themselves a find. You know, he kind of came out of it from nowhere. And what he does when he comes into this Eagle team is he brings him a spark, but most important, he's got the speed. And he's got that ability to make a big play, and that's tough to do in this league. And here he comes up with a good 9.5-yard run, gives him second and short.
He was pretty disappointed to not be drafted out of Virginia Tech. But suddenly now that he's become a free agent who's getting a lot of playing time, he's kind of enjoying that new thing. Keith Sherman stopped short of the first down. Sterling Palmer. Well, okay, that's kind of Florida State.
Yeah, I don't know. Right now, that's Washington Redskins, but we're talking about rookies who are contributing. Sterling Palmer has a bright future. He's a strong guy. He's tough up the field. And we talked about it earlier. He has a good understanding of what's going on, and that's rare in a rookie.
And he can do a backflip. At 260 pounds, a former high school gymnast. 3rd and a yard. Play action. Collins on Brister, and Brister just got it away.
Well, Tim, 2 players were not faked out. Andre Collins knew exactly what he had to do, and Danny Copeland had the coverage perfectly. Watch right here, number 55, Andre Collins. They try to go with the boot. See this? Collins, now you can't beat him with speed. And on the other end, Danny Copeland, the safety, 26, was all over the coverage.
So the Redskins come alive. Beagles hits from the 34. Mitchell at the 15. To the 23-yard line. Mitchell just looks dangerous every time he's got that punt return in his hand. William Frizzell made the tackle. We'll be back at RFK in a 3-point game.
Sports coverage of the National Football League is sponsored by American Honda, who has been making quality cars in America for the past 11 years. Sony, the official video electronics company of the NFL. Coca-Cola Classic, always the real thing, always Coca-Cola. And by Levi's loose-fitting jeans.
Well, at the beginning of this game, we talked about the pride of these two teams, the winning traditions they have, the fact that they would play as hard as possible today, even though for the Redskins, certainly, there's not a whole lot at stake except pride. And that's what we're seeing here in this comeback effort. Gannon now 17 of 26. They start from the 23. Reggie Brooks stopped by William Perry and gets about 6 on the play.
Tim, where Rich Gannon is most effective is out of the pocket. You can see 7 out of 8 for 86 yards and the big touchdown pass when he's on the run. And both teams knew that this is where he was going to be most effective. The object for the Eagles was to try to keep him in the pocket, and the object for the Redskins was to try to maximize his ability to get outside.
Mark Rippon looking on from the sidelines as Gannon leading the Redskins. Flush, and he's got McGee. To the 18-yard line for Tim McGee and a Washington first down.
Tim, I hate to keep saying this, but you tell me, look at this. Why does he get this ball off? Nowhere to go. He can escape. He uses his feet. That allows him to find McGee on the sideline. And McGee is all alone. He was jumping up and down on the sideline, waving his hands for the ball. He finally caught his attention. Big first down.
54 yards. Breaking a tackle by Andre Waters. Play action. He throws that one out of bounds with Flores in pursuit of him.
That's a good decision right there for Rich Gannon. You see Tim McGee coming up on a 100-yard game, and that will break his streak. You know, he had 10 straight passes Gannon had completed. The 11th, he just threw away. Good decision.
18 of 28 now, 269 yards on the day. Cincinnati on top of the Raiders in the AFC. Atlanta leading Cleveland. Falcons have been coming on. 2nd and 10. Flying down, Reggie Brooks. Burst the speed to the 10-yard line. Eagles say the penalties against Washington. McMillan steered him out.
Well, the point drill is going on. You got Philly pointing, and now you got the Redskins pointing. And it looks like the Redskins may win this point drill.
Offside defense, number 77, lined up in the neutral zone. Penalties decline.
Whoa, that's two of those for Keith Millard.
Yeah, watch number 77 right here. See, this is Keith Millard right there, and he lined up offside. Now, he always likes to play it tight, Tim. That time they caught him. That's 2 they've caught him in the second half.
And that is a huge one.
Those old Viking habits never die.
First down and goal inside the 10. Brooks to the 6. 4 Eagles stop him there, led by the tackles Perry and Harmon.
And that's where William Perry has really provided some really needed help down there. William Perry's a big, strong guy. What happened to him in Chicago was that Dave Wannstedt, you see him hitching up his drawers there, Dave Wannstedt went to a quick tackle defense where they just want the tackle to be quick right up the field. William Perry was not that type. He's the kind who sits in there in 2 gap, and he's been a good match for the Eagles.
2nd and goal. Gannon back to the line of scrimmage. Good coverage in the end zone by the Eagles. Simmons and William Thomas made the tackle.
Interesting to me now, when the Redskins have to get some passing yards, in comes Art Monk, 81. Desmond Howard is not on the field. Art Monk is in because they know that when it comes crunch time, Art Monk will make the catch.
Monk, McGee, Feiner in the backfield. Ricky Sanders, the other wide receiver. Gannon looking. Touchdown.
The Washington Redskins know who is going to make that big catch, and it's number 81, Art Monk. Now watch how Monk reads the defense, has the coverage, looks like he's open. Now watch, he'll push it up, now come back. That's experience, and that's the greatness of Art Monk.
Miller. Redskins, 14-10. Philadelphia 10. The Monk contingent cheering the touchdown by Art Monk, number 81, who has Washington on top, 5:44 remaining. 14-10. Tim Ryan with Matt Millen at RFK Stadium. Well, again, we just underlined the pride involved with these two teams that know about winning and not a lot about losing until this year. Sikahema fell over Herschel Walker, or he would have had even more. So the Eagles in good field position. There's Rich Gannon. Came up with the touchdown toss. How can you own a $6 million mansion and be broke? Well, you can't, unless you live in Florida. It's not just the place to go for a suntan, it's the place to go bankrupt. Tonight on 60 Minutes. Then it's Murder, She Wrote, followed by the CBS Sunday movie, Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade. All ahead on CBS, following our doubleheader action. First down from the 25-yard line. Eagles trail by 4. Brister to Walker. Not much. Collins on the coverage, made the tackle, a gain of 2. Walker has had an outstanding day for the Eagles. Washington Redskins battered offensive line, playing pretty well in the last series. 77 yards, 7 plays, using up 3:10 on the clock. Art Monk 6 yards from Rich Gannon. In traffic, flag down. Bailey, the intended receiver, Carter on the coverage, and apparent interference against Washington.
Well, that's rookie on rookie, and Carter, the rookie out of Notre Dame, gets called for the interference.
Pass interference, defense, number 25, spot foul, first down.
Bailey will drive him upfield, and watch right at the end, Carter. Yeah, he's over the top before the ball gets there.
Well, there are two future stars. Both coaches talk highly of each of their rookies. Coach-eyed of Bailey's future, Pettibone of Carter's. That's caught by Calvin Williams against the coverage of Gouveia. Gain of 5 to the 45-yard line.
Only the second pass that Williams has caught, again underneath. And Kurt Gouveia, that's an example of the great feel he has in the passing game. When I talk about instinct, some guys have instinct where the ball is going in the pass and run, and Kurt Gouveia is that player.
Washington, you can see they've absolutely dominated as the Eagles did in the first half, although it was only on the scoreboard. First period went to the Eagles, second period to the Redskins. Intended for Bailey, broken up. Andre Collins, ranging back, makes the knockdown.
And Tim, right now, the Philadelphia Eagle offense is playing into the strength of the Washington Redskin linebackers. Gouveia, Collins are very good in the pass game, and what they do is they get back, they have a good feel, they read everything well, but most important, they really break on the ball.
Well, the Eagles have not attempted to go deep all day long, so they are throwing in that linebacker territory. 3rd and 6. The Eagles slipped down. The Redskins slipped as they made the blitz attempt, and it looks like an offside. Collins, as he tried to stop himself, slipped. And it'll likely be an offside against the Redskins unless they call the illegal procedure against the Eagles.
The point drill is going on again.
Yeah.
You got green point one way and white point the other way.
Redskins were coming, and when they tried to stop, it was Collins who slipped and went offside.
Offside, defense, 5-yard penalty.
Well, when you
try to
blitz,
put the brakes on here.
yeah, well, when you blitz, what happens is you can't show it. And here, right, you're going to see Collins come up, and he's going to slip, lose his feet, and then try to get back. Right here, see? But actually, Alexander looked like Alexander backed up right before he got there. Makes no difference. The call goes against Washington.
It's going to leave third down and less than a yard for the first at midfield. There's Alexander, the center. Collins to the sideline for a little information, and he's back out there. Well, now they've got a measurement going. The Eagles asked for it. And they need about a foot.
You see Darryl Green right there making sure they have that ball in the right link. Put it back on that other link. Give us another inch.
10th penalty of the game by the Redskins, who really hurt themselves in the first half. 4:09 to go. Third down and a football for the Eagles at midfield. Brister has it. Philadelphia into Washington territory, trailing by 4. New Orleans on top of Minnesota by 3 with 2 minutes remaining in that game.
Wow, there's a surprise. 6-3, Green Bay over Tampa Bay. And there's the Raiders playing to their competition again. Every time they play a good team, they play well. And when they play a bad team, they play poorly.
Atlanta with a 3-point lead over Cleveland. Cincinnati trying to get their first win of the year. On first down. Brister takes off. And takes on the linebacker, Banks.
Heck, that was linebacker on linebacker. It looks like he hurt himself a little bit. And you don't make a living out of running into 255-pound linebackers. You know, Jim Plunkett told me a long time ago that there's a lot of good old throwing quarterbacks, but there aren't any good old running quarterbacks.
Well, Brister, that was just a little show of macho there. And what he picked up a little RFK turf for his efforts that's still stuck in his helmet. He's only got 5 seconds now to get the play out. He's got a man. Williams holds on at the 30-yard line.
Calvin Williams in the slot, comes down in the zone, finds the open hole, and comes down with a catch. Nicely thrown ball by Bubby Brister after being shaken up. Watch him settle down in the zone. Look at that. Oh, he almost dropped that ball as Copeland came up and drilled him.
Good job. You can see Brister holding his wrist, and you saw him on the sideline after the hit ask for a football. He wanted to flex his hand on the ball before he came out for that last play because he had hurt his wrist in the collision with Banks. And the Eagles take a timeout with 2:26 to go. Ken O'Brien warming up on the sideline, but knowing Bubby Brister, as Kotites does as well, of course, there's no way he's going to take himself out. Here's where he tried to take on Carl Banks.
That amazes me. Why would you run into a 255-pound linebacker?
Well, because you're Bubby Brister from Northeast Louisiana.
Well, it's not his throwing wrist, so that's good.
First down, Eagles, 30-yard line. Brister throws it out of bounds. Bavaro there on the sidelines, but he was just unloading. Second and 10. Eagles down by 4, 2:20 on the clock.
Tim, I got to tell you, Kurt Gavea, the middle linebacker, we're talking about the field right here. They're going to try to send this all the way down, and they're trying to isolate Herschel Walker on the linebacker. Watch Kurt Gavea right there. See that? That could not have been played any better. A beautiful job by Kurt Gavea.
4 wide receivers, Young and Lofton in. Brister gets time, and he hits Calvin Williams to the 20-yard line. First down, Philadelphia.
Well, all game long, we didn't call Calvin Williams' number at all. Now, when you have to have him, he's the art monk of this Eagle team. They go to him. With a 2-minute warning, Washington ahead, 14-10.
Two minutes to go, 14-10 Washington. The first time these teams met, Randall Cunningham was the Eagles quarterback, and this was at the end of the game. Cunningham looking to the end zone finds Calvin Williams for the winning score, 34-31. And now it's Bubby Brister in relief of Randall Cunningham, who's gone for the season with a knee injury. Brister at the 20-yard line, first down. Hebron to the 2-yard line, the rookie from Virginia Tech.
What a great run by Vaughn Hebron. This is why they love Vaughn Hebron. Now watch, there's no quit this guy. They give him the ball, he's going outside on the trap, run underneath. Now there's one missed tackle by Gavea, runs right through 2 of them there. Banks and Green, keeps his feet moving, only to be stopped by Collins down on the 3-yard line.
42 yards for the rookie on 9 carries today. He has the Eagles touchdown. Hebron again, stopped. No gain. Brad Edwards coming up from safety. 1:09 to play. Sterling Palmer gets in on it. 14-10, Redskin lead. Eagles with 2 timeouts.
1 now, Tim. They just took a timeout. Yep.
1:09 on the clock. And again, the intensity here in this fourth quarter, relying the fact that you've got a 2-8 team against a 4-6 team. We heard Andre Waters and others on the Eagles say, hey, we could win 6 in a row and be back in this. The way all the other teams around the league are fading, we're not out of it. For the Redskins, realistically, from 2-8, they're looking to next year. But again, the pride of championship players that are still on the roster of this Redskins team, they're playing as hard as though this means the NFC title. Tampa Bay in front of Green Bay. And Cincinnati clinging to their lead over the Raiders. There's Andre Waters, the guy we've been talking about. You can see he's still so pumped up here. 2nd and goal from the 2. Hebron again, he's stuffed and thrown back.
And Tim, a nice job by Todd Bowles of making sure they're not going to come around after Hebron hits it up front. There's a possibility that he can bounce it back outside. Bowles comes up from the outside and makes sure that he doesn't go anywhere.
4-point differential. Eagles need a touchdown. 51 seconds left.
Now, isn't this just right that this game could come down to goal line defense, goal line offense? Watch the hit. First you stuff Walker in the hole. Beautiful job right there by Carl Banks. So Banks makes the play. Bowles and Johnson make the tackle. Good goal line defense.
The ball rests just inside the 3-yard line. 51 seconds to play. 3rd and goal.
Yeah, it's obvious this is 4 downs. You got 2 more downs. You got to take your shot one of these times using Bubby Brister's legs, which has been effective for him all game long. Give him some time to stretch the defense, roll him out, and allow the receivers to crossing route, which is one of the toughest patterns to cover, and see what happens.
Richie Kotite making the calls today, taking that over from Zeke Bratkowski, coming into this game after the failures of a week ago against the Giants. 2 tight ends, Bavaro and Johnson. Walker and Hebron are in the backfield. James Joseph on the wing. Play action. Touchdown, James Joseph. James Joseph coming off the wing. Comes up with a go-ahead point.
Very nice call by Richie Kotite. Comes out, goes to that 3 tight end set. Then they flood the zone, which he knows he's going to get down there to try to shrink that field. And finds Joseph, the last man in that trail position, 6 points.
46 seconds still left to play. Matt Barr for the point after. It is good. (17-14), the Eagles back on top.
Tim, watch, they go in motion. They have a 3 tight end offense. Now they're going to flood this zone. You're going to get everybody over there. You can have more receivers than you can cover. And he just trails through. Good blocking right there. And Joseph gets in.
Well, 2 backup guys having themselves fine afternoons. As the game has gone on, each of them has gotten better. Brister and Gannon. First NFL touchdown for Joseph. And a big one that has his team in front. 17-14. 75 yards and 12 plays for the Eagles. Redskins, remember, have no timeouts remaining. 46 seconds to play. Gannon will take over following the kickoff. 19 of 29, 275 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 interception. And the Redskins looking for a big play on the kickoff return. Desmond Howard and Brian Mitchell will be the deep men. Last time the Eagles beat the Washington both times in the season, way back in 1980. Desmond Howard. The speedster, along with Mitchell, who's always dangerous on kickoffs and punts. And it's Howard from the 11. Shook off 2 high tackles, but then is swarmed on at the 30-yard line.
Well, Tim, the key to this is the blocking of the receivers. Now watch, as he comes across the motion, he's going to come all the way out. Then they'll go with the play action to the tailback, Hebron. That'll try to draw these guys up. Now watch in here. See the blocking right here? Right there by the tight end. That cleared. That makes Darryl Green have to come all the way across. Joseph gets in with his first NFL touchdown.
39 seconds left for the Redskins to go 69 yards or into field goal territory for a tie.
And that's
Brooks
a bad decision.
stopped at the 35. No timeouts, remember.
Taking too much time. What the heck's he doing? There should have been 2 plays called right there. He didn't get it done.
And he's going all the way downfield. And it is intercepted.
Nice.
Wes Hopkins on the interception with the deflection. 6 seconds on the clock, and the Eagles have the ball and the game.
It's a good job by Wes Hopkins of playing that Hail Mary pass. Just be patient. He knows it's going to be tipped to come down with the interception.
The old Warhorse returning to the Eagles after a brief sojourn with Kansas City.
Watch, the ball's in the air, and Hopkins will come from the right side of your screen because he knows it's going to be tipped. And that's a little experience there from Wes Hopkins.
Nice little bit of irony for Hopkins to come up with that final big play for the Eagles today. They let him go. He went to Kansas City, and then the Eagles took him back. He's a popular veteran on this team. Andre Waters said it was just great to have him back in the Eagles lineup, and he makes that final interception. So the Philadelphia Eagles will go to 5-6, and the Redskins will fall to 2-9. So for Matt Millen, this is Tim Ryan saying so long from RFK Stadium, where the final score is Philadelphia 17, Washington 14. Stay tuned for Game 2 of our doubleheader. Some of you will see Phoenix and the New York Giants. Others will see San Francisco and the Los Angeles Rams, and the 49ers looking better and better every week. CBS Sports coverage of the National Football League will continue after these words from your local station.